Hey, I'm Jase. This is my 2011 hunting season. For starters, I was able to avoid the guy with the air horn this year, which is a huge feat in itself. I mean, this guy's been relentless over the years, and well, partly because I didn't really hunt there much this year. I spent a few weeks filming for the Headhunter crew, which I'd just like to take a minute to thank those guys, Randy Birdsong and Nate Hosey, for allowing me the opportunity to come out and do some filming for you guys, and John Skidmore, one of their cameramen, for just showing me the ropes along the way. And I had such a good time, even though Hosey and I didn't get a kill, and I don't feel like I was really able to prove myself the way I wanted to, but they're a great group of guys who really have something special going, and I'm just honored to have been a part of it, even though it was just for a little while. And maybe I can come back and try again sometime, but I had such a good time. So I knew my season was going to be short this year, and I had to get it done quick. So the first week I had a nice 9-pointer come in. I've been watching this guy all summer long. I had trail cam photos of him. He comes into the food plot, but just out of range, and he just hung up there. By the time he come in and gave me a shot, I was out of camera light, so I decided to pass. A couple days later, I had a doe come in. Now, if you've ever tried to film yourself hunting, you know how hard it can be. I mean, she come in, it's a little thick in there, so every time she was in my shooting lane, the camera couldn't see her, even though the camera's only sitting like a foot away from me. I was having a hard time, and she came up 6 yards from me. I drew back on her, and sure enough, she stepped behind a branch full of leaves. I had no shot. So she stood there for a while and kept looking up at me. She knew something wasn't right, so she started walking away. Now at this point, I'm looking at the camera to see when I had a clear shot of her in the camera, and when she did, I stopped her. And when I looked up, I was just hoping that I could still see her. She caught me drawing. She saw me, and she just stayed there a little too long. I was able to make a nice shot, and man, she took off. And at that point, I was just guessing. I'm surprised I even got her in the shot. But so the next couple of weeks was when I was with the Headhunters, and I come back, and it was the last week of archery, which is usually the best, but I don't know what it was. I just got hosed. I mean, I don't know if it was the weather, it was just warm, and I just didn't see anything. So my buddy Mark and I, we packed up and drove out to Ohio. We were on the road. We drove most of the morning. We're heading from Pennsylvania to Ohio to hunt public land. So you never really know what to expect out there in public land, but I've hunted there before. I've seen some nice buck. But again, the weather was supposed to be bad. It was supposed to be windy and rainy all week. At this point, I'm just hoping the rain holds off. So much for the rain holding off. Well, it rained for a while, and then it started to break up, started to clear up, and it's almost noon, and I was just about ready to climb out of a tree and go get some lunch, and I look over, and there's 2 deer standing out in the field, like they were just plopped out of the sky, just in the middle of the field. It was amazing. I don't know where they came from, and sure enough, one of them was a really good buck. I mean, for me, it was a good buck. I don't know what this thing would have scored. Actually, I'd love to hear your comments on what you think this thing would score. But I didn't care. All I knew is that if this thing presented me a shot, I was shooting it. You know, from where I'm from, that's a good deer, and for public land, I would have been proud of this thing. You've heard the saying, if it wasn't for bad luck, I'd have no luck at all. That is so true for me. I mean, I was standing there all morning in that wind. As soon as those deer appear there, the wind blows my quiver out of the tree. And they were about 100 yards away, and they heard it. They knew something wasn't right, and the doe was a little more spooked than he was, but so she took off, and of course he wasn't going to let her go too far away, so he followed her, and it was really neat to see him, but it was really painful to watch him run away too. So I hunted that area the rest of the week, thinking that he wasn't spooked too badly, and I moved my stand several times and just never found him. I mean, we didn't see deer at all. I mean, the whole week it was just bad. It was warm, it was windy and rainy, so it was a tough week. I'd say it was a tough season. I'd love to hear your comments on how you made out this year, and I'm sorry that's all I got for you, but we're not going to give up, and we're just going to keep trying, and I can't wait for turkey season.